Hi, and welcome to this week's Monday Live. We have, yes, it's going to be interesting. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Well, I don't think it's going to be boring, but when I did my Danish reading, 3 times I had the same card came up in the personal cards, and it was like, okay, wow. It was even though I put it in and shuffled, and it was the same card 3 times. So that was interesting. So let's see what's here for my English-speaking audience. And as you might have noticed, I have the what's it called? Spirit Animal Oracle. This background here, and the cards, for instance, look like this. I use this also with the upside downs, the protection mode. And then I have the beautiful. I have the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and this is an example from its major arcana. And the Psychic Tarot of the Heart is sort of a mix between tarot and oracle and tarot. It's built up with 4 suits and a major arcana, but there are no court card and no tens. And instead there is this chakra cards for each chakra. See if I can find one. This one, for instance, for third eye chakra. And there is no suit of wands, fire. It's instead a suit of the spirit, the spirituals at the spirit side of us. So it's interesting, and some of the major arcana is something else, like this one. This one blossom is very different from the one in traditional tarot that's called Judgment. So yes, and confront. Here is the moon in tradition. So it's a different take. That's why it's called the psychic tarot of the heart, because it's it's inspired by the tarot, but it's also very much oracle-like. And hello Lila. I'm guessing you want a card. If you know already which deck, if you let the cards choose you, then please write it. I will begin with 1 card from each deck for the week. Let's see. There's also full moon this week in Aries. I think it's around Friday or something like that, at least in Europe. So that's interesting too. So here. Oh, it's very interesting. We have the beaver spirit, and the beaver spirit, the beavers building dams on the rivers. So that's where they have house, and but it's all about laying a solid foundation. It says lay a solid foundation. So it's all about having basics in order before moving on. And the next card is moving on. So this is really interesting. So it's not just, if it was just this card, it was about, okay, now it's time to say goodbye to something that has served us, move on, do something else, maybe change our mindsets, maybe move house, a job, say goodbye to some ways of thinking and stuff like that. But this one here with this card, but it's still that, but with this card, lay a solid foundation with beaver spirit. Then beaver asking of, hey, yes, things are changing, it's time to move on, but it's real important that you have your foundation in order, that you have your sort of security in place, your personal security in place, so you don't feel scattered around mentally or emotionally and stuff like that. And then the moving on sort of is like a walk at the beach. It's nice, it's pleasant, instead of, whoa, this is difficult. Because if you have your basics in order, then it sort of goes along way more smoothly. That's the message from Beaver, and moving along, moving on, side by side. So it's time to, to change. It's time to move on, but you are asked to remember to have the foundations in order. So you won't feel shattered out in the world financially, emotionally, personally, or in any other way. So the foundation, remember it's a good thing, and then move on. The foundation is also about, it's also, how to do it, it's grounding. Remember to ground yourself and your breath work, and breathe to relax and all that. Then it's more easy if it's something emotionally you feel that now it's time to let go of and move on. Then the grounding and the breath work will surely help you. I have time, Lina, no problem. Do you have a preference for either the psychic tarot for the heart or the spirit animal? Because if you have, then please write. Otherwise, I will let the cast choose. Let's see. One more from animal. One more from animal. Hi, Charlie. Yes, you can give spirit after I've done this. I will take one more from animal, and then I will get to your personal cards for the week. This one. Yes. This is very interesting because even though we are asked to move on, it's very much, movement. And this week it's also supported by the full moon in Aries further on. Aries, new beginnings and stuff, and setting new things. Then we have the dark spirits, and it's asking of you to be loyal to what you love. So even though you're moving on, the foundation, the solid foundation, it can also be, okay, what is the most important thing? What is the core of me? What is my heart's energy and my core energy, and what keeps me sane? And take that, bring that with you, bring that on your journey. Okay, bring that way of thinking, bring that mindset, bring that what's it called, gratitude with you. Okay, because this way you will be loyal to what you love. It's not about, okay, now I'm asked to move on and things are changing, so I have to leave everything behind. No, it's important that you have your solid foundation in order, because then the moving on, it's not about leaving things. It's about, moving on and, like feeling the change, like taking a nice walk along the beach, along the ocean, for instance. So that kind of energy. This way, it's also, be loyal to what you love. Remember that, because that is part of the solid foundation. When you remember and honor, this is what I love about me. This is what I love about my life. This is my values. This is my strength. And being loyal to your values, being loyal to your heart, and being loyal to your inner truth. Okay, that's also part of the solid foundation. So let's get to your cards. And Lila, you are going to get also spirit animal. So let's see if that's all spirit animal today. In the Danish reading, it was all the psychic tarot for the personal readings. Quite interesting. And 3 times heart. It's like, okay, interesting. So let's see what we have for you, Lila, from spirit animal. I'm going to mix them in, the other cards too, because it might be extra. What we just have is someone here. Oh, that's interesting. So, Lila, you got the Peacock spirit, but in the protection mode. It's so easy when it's upside down, and just, let it shine from your heart, and just be you from your heart. When it's here, it's not about shutting it down and don't shine. That's not the opposite. it's protecting you. It's saying, okay, but it's not protecting you by saying, shut your heart down and close your heart and stuff like that. Please don't shut. That's not it. No, 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 no. It's asking of you to, okay, you might have been in some situations lately, or maybe even still, that you feel like that you have this need to protect, and protect especially your heart area, and the more sensitive and fragile parts of you. And then the Peacock spirit is asking of you to say, okay, I acknowledge that, but it's real important that you don't shut yourself down, that you do not shut your heart area down. It's real important that you remember that you have this heart's light, that you have this light within you, and at least let it fill you and feel how it fills you. And from there, it will turn around, and then it naturally will begin shining outwards. I hope it makes sense, because it's telling you that even you might feel like, well, this is too much, and feel the need to protect myself. Then it's telling you, well, you can how to begin shining your light once more. It's begin letting it spread from your heart within your body, and let it fill your body, and feel how this light is within you. And when it feels safe, because when you feel it's within you and it's supporting you and it's strengthening you, then it automatically begins shining out once more. And that's what you're here for. You're here to shine your light. Okay, this is a confirmation for that. So next, that's Charlie. Yes, and you also want spirit. I've excited this one in again. So let's see. This one. Interesting. Which way? We're going to find out it's upside down or not. It's the right way up. It's the flamingo spirit, about embracing the in-betweens. So that's very much about embracing the Passovers. Like right now, we just have an equinox, day and night, same length. Here in the northern hemisphere, it's the autumn equinox, and in the southern hemisphere, it's the spring equinox. But day and night are equally long. It's very symbolic for the changes, for the shift, all in all. And we're also very much in shift right now. And when you are getting this card, you are reminded extra that whatever changes are around you and within you, and you feel that's in your life, when you embrace the changes, that's a welcome change. Say, okay, it's time for change. You have the solid foundation. Move on for the week. Remember solid, but be true to yourself at the same time. If you remember those things for the general things in the weekend, then the flamingo here is asking of you to embrace the in-betweens. And the in-betweens, that's the middle space, when we hear between winter and summer, between summer and winter, in all these shifts that are here on the earth. Maybe there's some personal shifts in your life too, in your work life, your family, with you in person, in your spiritual development. Wherever the shifts are, you are asked to remember to embrace them, because the shifts and the changes are a good thing. If there were not shifts and changes, then it would be standstill. Then there would be no development at all. I repeat, no development at all. So the in-betweens and the shifters and the changes are welcome. So welcome the time in between that you have to, where you have, yeah, they are also very nice and lovely animals. I also love to. I always go past. The first I visit, when we visit the zoo, we always go down to see the flamingos first before we go around the other the park. They're very lovely. And the energy from that, the in betweens. It's about, okay, you have the time to see what to bring with it. What is from my foundation to bring with it, so I can move on with ease and be loyal to what I love. You have that in between is the space between where you were just a split second ago, maybe maybe yesterday, maybe last month, and where you are in your next breath, tomorrow, next week, next month. You know, it's in between where you are and breathe and say, okay, what is important for me to bring on? What is important for me to, you know, say thank you, you have learned me a lot. Now I've done with that, and, you know, move on. So be grateful for that time between, so you're not just feel like that you're been thrown from one thing to another without this opportunity to say, okay, I want to have this, bring this with me, and I want to let this go. The in-betweens are the times where you can do that. So be grateful for that. You have, and right now there is this extra in-betweens. We just have this equinox, autumn, spring, wherever you are in the world. Here where I am, it's autumn equinox. In Australia, it's spring equinox, but still, and in the States and Europe, it's also the autumn equinox. But anyway, it's day and night along, and it's this shift in energies, and that's the in between. And the full moon in Aries coming up later this week, you have the in between. You know, I feel that it's extra until there, and then when the full moon of Aries moves on, then it's not that it's the in between is gone, but then it's time to, you know, to take that's there and take the next steps actively if you haven't already begun doing so. Yeah, Utah, that's the state's autumn, just like here. It's also autumn. Yeah. So, but I know Lila is in Australia and Sydney, so that's the spring equinox. So that's why this south of equator. So yeah, so that's it. But it's fantastic that you got the flamingo. That's this extra animal for you. Like, just weird. We got three of the three hearts in the Danish group for all three people. It's like, okay, wild. Yeah, it's so crazy to think about. Yeah, you're right. But you know, the flamingo here, if you embrace it, I also get, oh, wait a minute, I also get this sense of that, when you love this flamingo, you know, love flamingos, you can use that feeling you get when you think of flamingos, when you see flamingos, when you know, and sort of take in the spirit of the, you know, that feeling of joy and togetherness and colorfulness, and use that to help you move on, to help you find out, okay, what is, you know, to find your flow, to find your flock, to find your peers, and use that in your journey. That was something extra. I just got, I don't know where, from where. I hope that helps. I hope that helps a lot. I'm so happy that you're here, both of you. I love when people find me when I'm live. Let's see, we are going to have one more for the week. Yes, from the Psychic Tarot from the Heart, and I will round it up unless someone else comes in and want a card. I will round it up. Let's see. We have one card here. Oh, it's perfect for when yeah, it's perfect from the moving on and laying the foundation and moving on and being loyal to what you love, and take that with, and remember that, you know, because when then the manifest card, it shows, and all the changes, breaking in between, it shows that we have the option to create our own new world. We have our option to create something new. We have two sorts of energies mixing, but it's also, today I see it's sort of from one sort to another sort. It's like stepping into the change. It's like stepping into the co-creation. And that's, you know, laying the foundation, being loyal to what you love, moving on like a walk on the beach, you know, easy peasy, maybe not easy peasy, but you know, the energy when you have laid the foundation and you're true to what you love, loyal to your heart, and you know what you know you love. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm also very thankful when you and anyone else catch me live and they can, and the cards are something to you in one way or another. I'm so grateful for it. But to rounding up this week's readings and this week's energies with the manifest card. So there's this creative energy in the week also, and I really feel that full moon later on in the week supports that energy too, supports that big time, because it's in Aries, and Aries, it's, you know, a go-getter, it sets things in motion, it's, you know, sort of the creative fire. So, and the magician is one, and Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, so it's beginning. But for new beginnings to come and for create new things, it's important that we have our foundation in order, like the cards before, and, you know, being loyal to ourselves and our hearts, and, you know, and then just move on, moving on, moving on with our lives, moving on, you know, and help creating our lives, creating the new world that we are changing into, all of us. So I think that's about, oh, the flamingos, how lovely. I saw them before, but I didn't see them, you know, I didn't register them. Yeah, lovely. So I think that's it for oh, interesting. Chart ruler. Okay. So yeah, so Virgo or Gemini. Mercury rules both Virgo and Gemini. Gemini. So that's interesting. So that's extra. So this full moon here, it's extra strength for you. You can use that the full moon's energy extra when you have something in Aries. I too have something in Aries. I have Venus and Saturn, so that's interesting. But anyway, yeah, Virgo. Oh, yeah, I love that energy. I definitely love that energy. Um, Pisces Sun. Oh, me too. I'm Pisces Sun, Virgo Moon, and Capricorn Rising. So I love this earthy, practical energy. I have Virgo Moon, so yeah, it helps me a lot. It helps me stay grounded. Capricorn Rising and Virgo Moon helps me stay grounded, not floating away and being too emotional with my Pisces Sun. So that's nice. Oh my God, my God, my God. Are you full moon too, like me, or is it they too far away? Ah, wow, lovely. That's so lovely. So that's really, I feel like just, you know, cutting this deck here and see what comes up just as a little extra. Yes, there's this little extra here. You know, this is a little extra for you and for Charlie. This is the crown chakra. Yeah, so yeah, my 16th, I'm the 4th. Uh, crown chakra, a little extra for you. And we have the colors, you know. So about connecting and using that, definitely. I won't go so much into this card, and just, you know, the crown chakra, open up so you can take in new information and you can connect even further with the creative part of the universe and the creative parts in you. That's also sort of, yeah, that's also part of the laying the foundation, being loyal to yourself and moving on. Okay, you can get inspiration so easy, just, you know, loving the in-betweens from the flamingo and use them to get your inspiration. That was a little extra. Yes, it's beautiful. They are all beautiful. I love those two decks. Oh, Alila, a little extra for you if you're still with me. The Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. So if you've been feeling a bit drained, then the Panther is saying it's now time to, reclaim your power, take back what you have, might have been leaving knowingly or not so knowingly out anyway, like energy wise, and then claiming it back and making yourself whole again and claiming back your power. That's a little extra for you. I think that's it for today. I'm so glad you were here, both of you, and I'm so glad for anyone else that will. Oh wow, triple Virgo. That's interesting. My father is Virgo. I know 3 Virgos, but no triple Virgos. My father is a Virgo. My husband is a Virgo, and one of his grown-up sons are Virgo too. So that's a lot of Virgo. But triple Virgo in one person, that's a lot of Virgo. Yeah. So it's a good thing to have some Virgo when you're Pisces, because then it's easier to, it's easier to stay grounded and practical and not, like float away and all this fluff all the time. It's easier to, yeah, it's sort of easier to use it in practical ways, all these impulses. So that's nice. Oh. Yes, that's right. The earthy aspect helps a lot. Helps a lot, definitely. But not that much at risk of being alcoholics and drug users and stuff like that. That's a nice thing. So floating away out into the atmosphere or anything in our minds, not nearly as risky because we have that earthy to us. So that's nice. Oh, I don't have that much water at all. I'm mainly fire and air. But yeah, but it's a good thing, because if I didn't have this fire and air also, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I'd probably just be reading about it and doing it myself and stuff. So it's a good thing that I get it out too. Oh, I actually don't know where I got my Lilith. I don't know. I must find out. I have Mars in fire, Mars in Sagittarius, actually, 10th house. So that's, yeah. Yeah, but we don't use it so much here in Denmark. But when I watch English astrologers and stuff, they always mention Lilith. So I'm wondering, it could be an interesting idea to find out where it's in my chart, because I have sort of got the feel of the energy from her. So it could be interesting to see where it is in a way. But yes. And Venus in fire too, Venus in Aries. So that's, yeah. Both Mars and Venus in fire. That's interesting. Oh, so I'm so glad happy for my Virgo moon and Capricorn rising. Otherwise it would, oh my God. I don't know where it would have been otherwise. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I understand. I don't have any planets in Scorpio besides the outer ones, the generational ones. But I have a house cup in Scorpio. So yeah, 8th house in Scorpio. So that's a lot of 8, and Pluto also in 8th house. So that's 8. I have an interesting relationship with death. Not that I want it, but I see it as a transition more than anything else. I see the transition. So that helps. That helped me a lot when I lost my mother a couple of years ago. So yeah. But I can tell you, I know the emotional side too. but there are never too many emotions. Emotions is a good thing, but it can be very difficult at times to be in all that emotion. The more emotion, it can be very difficult to be in it. So that's where the Virgo energy and the Virgin energy comes in. It helps you to ground. It helps you to find ways to be in your emotions. Mm. Yeah, interesting. So, it helps finding ways to be in your emotion, your virtue energy. It helps to find your way, how you can be in all that emotion. Grounding and doing guided meditations and taking walks in nature, preferably close to water or in the wood, some places with lots of trees. That's like really nice for me. So I'm so glad to hear. So, but the time is running, and even though yes, Gaia, exactly, Mother Earth, Gaia, exactly. I have the Gaia Oracle too, and a couple of days ago I pulled this healing card for myself. So that's nice. So, even though this is very lovely, I have other things to do today. Um, Hopefully, you will catch me another time for cards. Otherwise, watch the replays and yeah, take care. All of you, both you, Charlie and Lila, and anyone else going to watch this later. Take care and bear with us for this. We just got a little bit caught up, and there was a time for it today. So I will do my best to have a fabulous day, and you too. Bye for now, and I will be back next week, hopefully around same time. Bye bye.